Today at Quantum Spectrum, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating ideas in quantum mechanics: quantum superposition and the problem of identity. I mean, who are we at the subatomic level? Let's find out. To understand quantum superposition, we first need to grasp the fundamental concept. In the quantum world, particles like electrons and photons can exist in multiple states simultaneously until they're measured. It's like having your cake and eating it too, except with particles. A great example to help visualize this is Schrödinger's cat thought experiment. Imagine you have a cat inside a sealed box with a radioactive atom, a Geiger counter, and a vial of poison. If the Geiger counter detects radiation, the vial is broken, and the cat dies. Until we open the box and observe the cat, it's considered to be in a superposition of both alive and dead states. So, how does this bizarre quantum behavior relate to our identity? Well, if particles can exist in multiple states at once, then what does that say about the particles that make up our bodies and, ultimately, our sense of self? Let's try a thought experiment. Imagine you have an identical twin, but not just any twin, a quantum twin. You both have the exact same subatomic particles, and those particles are in the same superposition of states. Are you and your quantum twin the same person or different people? This dilemma stems from the fact that we can't simply rely on our usual understanding of identity when dealing with quantum particles. In the macroscopic world, we define our identity based on physical, genetic, and mental characteristics. But the quantum realm works under different rules. To make this concept more relatable, let's look at some everyday examples. Consider the humble coin flip. When you flip a coin, it's either heads or tails. But in the instant it's spinning in the air, you could argue it's both heads and tails at the same time, until it lands and you observe the result. This is similar to how particles in superposition behave. Another example is the famous double-slit experiment. When individual photons or electrons are fired at a barrier with two slits, they create an interference pattern on the screen behind it, as if they've gone through both slits simultaneously. It's only when we try to measure which slit the particles pass through that they collapse into a definite state and behave like particles. In the context of identity, the idea of superposition raises some mind-boggling questions. If our subatomic particles exist in multiple states, does that mean there are multiple versions of us? And if so, do these versions interact or influence each other in any way? Well, some interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest that every possible outcome of a quantum event creates a new parallel universe. This idea, known as the many worlds interpretation, implies that there could be an infinite number of yous living out their lives in parallel realities. However, it's essential to note that these ideas are purely theoretical and far from being proven. The concept of quantum identity is still an open question, and scientists continue to explore the mysteries of the quantum realm to gain a better understanding of how it might influence our sense of self. Another fascinating aspect of quantum mechanics that could impact our understanding of identity is quantum entanglement. When two particles become entangled, their properties become linked, so that the state of one particle instantly influences the state of the other, no matter the distance between them. So, imagine if particles within your body were entangled with particles in someone else's body. Would that create a connection between your identities? While this idea might sound like the stuff of science fiction, entanglement is a real phenomenon that has been experimentally verified. The implications of quantum mechanics on personal identity are vast and mind-bending. It challenges our conventional notions of self, pushing us to reevaluate what it means to be an individual. Does our identity change every time a quantum event occurs in our body? And if so, how can we make sense of our own consciousness and continuity? The truth is, we don't yet have definitive answers to these questions. But that's what makes science so exciting. It invites us to explore the unknown, confront the counterintuitive, and broaden our understanding of the universe and our place in it. quantum superposition and the problem of identity force us to think beyond our everyday experiences and grapple with the strange and mysterious nature of the quantum world. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of quantum mechanics, it's likely that our understanding of identity will evolve along with it. So, who are we at the subatomic level? For now, we can only wonder and ponder. But as science progresses, we may one day have a clearer picture of how the quantum realm shapes our sense of self. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the quantum world of identity. If you found this topic as fascinating as I do, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more mind-blowing science content. And don't forget to comment with your thoughts on quantum identity.